Ma'am, should we start?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I would like to start the session with a great quotation that where there is woman, there is magic. On behalf of our student branch and Acropolis Institute of Groups of Institute, Happy International Women's Day to Celia ma'am, Shraddha ma'am, Shilpa ma'am, and every wonderful person in the audience. This is your host Ambika Dubey, and I welcome you all to the 3 days journey that is IEEE South Asia Women Leadership Talk Series 2021, organized by our student branch. Thank you so much for joining us. And now I would like to introduce you to a very special guest of today, Dr. Celia Shahnaz ma'am. But before going to the introduction, I would kindly request Dr. Shilpa Bhalerao ma'am to welcome the speaker and the audience. Thank you, ma'am.
Very good morning to all the beautiful girls present here, especially our young dynamic female leader from our institute, our event director and the management person, Shraddha Sujatia ma'am. She is our presiding guest today. And I would like to welcome our keynote speaker also, Celia ma'am. I did Dr. Shilpa Bhalerao on behalf of Acropolis Institute of Technology and Research. Honored to welcome you all on today's IEEE South Asia Women Leadership Talk 2021. Today, on the International Women Day, I would like to congratulate all young ladies here and wish more empowerment of the women in their future. As you are aware of that, our Acropolis Institute is amongst the top 50 institute of the India, and it also holds the platinum rank in CII survey in 2020. So institute has achieved this position because from the inception of the institute, we believe in the woman empowerment. And today you can see most of our department heads are female and most of the female faculties are contributing in the education in our Acropolis. So we have in Acropolis a woman cell since 2009, and it is working for the empowerment of the woman working female staff and student in the all domains of life. So today it is my privilege from the IEEE section and from the Women's Cell. Today we are going to celebrate the Women Day in very special way by enlightening our wisdom with the IEEE Leadership Talk series. I'm honored to welcome you all in this 3-day talk series of leadership where we are gaining the knowledge and insights on the leadership from the renowned speaker from Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Thailand, and from the India. I especially welcome our first keynote speaker, Dr. Celia Shahnaz, who is senior IEEE member and who is working as a professor in Bangladesh Engineering Institute, University of Engineering and Technology, Dhaka. She is also the founder member of chairperson and the chairperson Processing Society of IEEE in the Bangladesh, and her efforts in the empowerment of women and empowerment of IEEE section in the Bangladesh is known to everybody, as she is founder of Women in Engineering in IEEE section of Bangladesh also. So, madam, we are very eager to listen you about your leadership skill and how we inculcate this leadership skill in us. So, welcome, ma'am. Once again, we are here to welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Shilpa, Ambika, and Shraddha. And forgive me because I am only able to see these three people in the studio. Actually, I'm saying thank you to everyone out there who is listening to me and who has arranged this during the lockdown. Happy International Day 2021 to all of you, And I should say, let me start sharing my screen and then I will come back to all of you. Share screen.
Before that, we want to know about you. So I would like to call Ambika for your.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, before proceeding with the second.
Say something?
Ma'am?
Will I share my screen?
Just a
Ma'am,
minute,
before,
madam. Your profile will be read by Ambika ma'am, and then you can start. Please wait for 2 minutes. Ambika?
I
uh,
will stop sharing, okay? Stop
yeah, sure,
Yeah.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
sharing.
Ma'am, before
Go
proceeding and
ahead.
giving the introduction, I kindly request Shraddha Sajatia ma'am to please welcome the speaker and tell us about the institution.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone.
Good
I
morning.
hope I'm audible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Very
Yeah,
well.
good morning. And I wish all the wonderful ladies here a very happy International Women's Day. On behalf of Acropolis family, I take great pleasure in welcoming leading women technocrats to this IEEE South Asia Women Leadership Talk Series this Women's Day. Acropolis is one of the premier institutions of Central India, and we are proud that we have a sizable number of female undergrads and also female faculty associated with us. Our our women alumni have made us proud in all walk of life. And what better way to acknowledge the women fraternity than to have women technological leaders in our midst? Our students have this excellent opportunity be mentored by the very best women leader who are an excellent role model for them. Today's keynote speaker of the day is one such illustrious leader, Dr. Celia Shahnaz, who is the chair IEEE Bangladesh section. I welcome all the delegates of IEEE South Asia Women Leadership Talk Series and also congratulate IEEE Acropolis chapter for this great initiative. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, Shilpa ma'am, Shraddha ma'am, for such a very warm and special introduction. Now, proceeding with the session, this is the first session of our 3 days journey. Starting with Bangladesh, we have Celia ma'am with us. As Shraddha ma'am and Shilpa ma'am mentioned, she is the current chair of IEEE Bangladesh section, founder and advisor of Women in Engineering Affinity Group of Bangladesh section. She is also professor at Department of Electronics and Electronics and Electrical Engineering at Bangladesh University of Engineering and Technology. She is also senior member of IEEE Fellow IB and received her PhD degree from Concordia University, Canada. Thank you so much, ma'am. We are really grateful to have you here, and we are really honored. And I would kindly request you to proceed with the session as we are very eager to listen from you.
Give me a minute. Thank you,
Yes, ma'am.
Ambika. Thank you, Shraddha. For me, so many screens are weapons. So I'm trying to get to connectivity.
Yes, ma'am. There is a little disruption too.
I don't know what's happening. Okay. So let me share my screen. Share screen. Share screen.
Yes, ma'am. It is visible.
What are you able to
Ma'am, your voice
give
is
me a
breaking.
minute?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It's coming.
Yes, ma'am.
Connectivity is very poor.
Yes, ma'am.
You to see it?
Yes, ma'am, I can see the presentation.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy International Women's Day. Yes, thank you for arranging this IEEE South Asia Women Leadership Talk series. It's a very wonderful way of celebrating this International Women's Day. Actually, and it has been organized by an IEEE student branch in India. I feel close to India because my grandfather was a lawyer in Kolkata 50 years ago. I really feel connected to everything, anything related to India. So that is my personal feelings, and it's so good that I'm starting my day with one of the talk series here in Indore, India. So, for leadership, we really need to empower ourselves. And to empower ourselves, we need to remain technically very competitive. You see, and that's why we really need research and innovation, which is very, very important to ensure our women empowerment. I really like to thank the volunteer who have really designed this amazing poster for promotion and publicity. We have to recognize each other. We have to help each other. So, Ambika, am I audible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You're clear and audible.
Okay. So this is a brief bio that Ambika has humbly introduced. The new thing is I have appointed as 2021 to 2023 Chair of IEEE Signal Processing Society Women in Signal Processing. It is for the whole world. So it's a great recognition for my 20 years of academic service in research and innovation. It's a great honor for a subcontinent woman for the first time to lead such a role. Hope I can do more for my technical community around. I humbly request you to visit my Google Scholar citations. If you look at the citation, I was very worried in the lockdown that what will happen in the lockdown, how we will maintain our citation, whether people will be cited our work, whether we can continue doing research work. And you see, in 2020, we have passed our citation in 2019. And in 2021 is begin and we are doing well. So that means it's an example of what can be done despite limited computational facilities, limited funding, limited research opportunities, limited number of research students, because majority of our students are going to United States, Canada, Australia, Japan for their higher study and PhD. That's indication that how my students and I have been working very hard to do and find topics who are emerging in nature and publishing in impactful journal and conference papers so that people use it and it become resourceful to others. And it's a great honor that one of my papers have been cited 322 322 times. Is a great encouragement that we are moving in the right direction. This is a great example of the young faculty and the students who are desiring to do research. And I really believe in power of networking and innovative ideas. This is a human chain led by me, a chain of students, scholars, young professionals, and many others. One is Power and Energy Society Day celebration in April. Another is IEEE Development celebration by women in engineering. No matter what, I try to remain innovative in my every step of life. And what are important for us to think and to collect and to connect your ideas and research to the one of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs). Many of you know it: no poverty, zero hunger, smart cities, and communities like that. So this is the paper which has been cited by people, and denoise participate in noise reduction. This is very good reason of cardiac signal. This is another paper published in IEEE Transactions. Fundamental frequency estimation in a noise environment. This is also for hearing impaired devices to enhance speech, so that we can use the technology in the hearing impaired devices. This has been also published in IEEE Transaction, and this is the work in abnormality detection in musculoskeletal radiographs. My students, this is undergraduate thesis student, and my student have developed this capsule network because many of the researchers are now using the deep neural network. Capsule network is a special deep neural network, and you know what happens. The outcome has been published in IEEE Access more than Impact Factor 3 by this undergraduate thesis student in 2019. That's a great recognition. That's an encouragement. And think about our women. Majority of our women, they are suffering from I should say skin diseases, but they're very shy. They don't feel to do the diagnosis. So this is the color images of different skin cancer. What usually doctors are looking at the images and do subjective evaluation. But deep learning can be employed to segment the areas where it is really affected and then classify what type of skin cancer it is. It is very important to application of such tool to automate the decision, to help doctors to take decision perfectly, accurately, and in a faster way. I was doing tuberculosis detection from chest radiographs. This is the chest radiographs. Just like you see, black and white signal intensity variation. There is a difference between the tuberculosis and not tuberculosis chest radiographs. We have applied DenseNet, ResNet, and Inception V3 and combine the results to get a better prediction so that we don't depend, the doctors don't depend on the subjective evaluation only. Now the COVID detection came, and this COVID came. You see, this is also X-ray images, COVID positive X-rays, COVID negative X-rays. This is very, very important. This is again another example of intensity variation, and we are applying our deep learning tool to automatically detect this COVID-19 positive or negative so that we don't need to do lot of centers. We can send the image to the server. The server can automatically apply this deep learning technique, and the doctor can access the data and give the decision via SMS or something, so that we don't need to people from the city center in the lockdown. Even if from the community clinic, they can send this chest X-ray, or from the clinic they can have their chest X-ray, use their smartphone to send the data to the server, so that we don't need so many face-to-face special centers to detect COVID. And we are also doing COVID-19 from CT scan, COVID-19 from ultrasound images. It has opened up a new discussion. What type of discussion? Because I was doing also pneumonia detection from X-ray. People are asking, the pneumonia have, both pneumonia and COVID, both the cases, the oxygen saturation level decreases. If you depend on the face-to-face and subjective evaluation, how you will detect whether it is pneumonia or COVID, here is the research. Our deep learning research has opened up a new opportunity for this three-class classification from the X-ray, from the CT, from the ultrasound. It is now able to do this three-class classification, whether it is normal, whether it is pneumonia, whether it is COVID. In the long run, if you see the left side picture, it has opened up a new research that will tell you that which imaging technique is the most effective to detect COVID, whether it is X-ray, CT, and ultrasound. These are pretty interesting and emerging research going on, and these are impactful. Now think about blood glucose estimation. As many people are suffering from diabetes, pancreatic cancer, liver cancer. They need blood glucose estimation and monitoring, surveillance in a regular fashion, but they have to do it using the glucometer by injecting and taking blood using a strip. But think about our normal people, underprivileged community. They don't have the glucometer, and they don't and they can't go to the doctors very frequently, so they really need such non-invasive blood glucose estimation that is portable and wearable. This is my students have developed. Another important is bilirubin level quantification and jaundice detection. This is also very invasive, and we need to go take the blood and wait for the result. This is the structure my students have developed. They are not mechanical students, but they are highly interdisciplinary. They did this structure, camera stand, adjustable skin test, made this handmade goggles, so that the sclera image, yellowness of the sclera can be detected using a non-invasive technique. That's a very important thing for telemedicine nowadays, because we are in lockdown. Now think about a person, an elderly person or a person in the slum. They really need to measure their heart rate, blood pressure, and glucose, but they can't go to the doctors all the time if he or she is a senior citizen. So this is a kind of wrist card, a PPG sensor-based wrist wearable unit for personalized cardio health. And you remember, you must have seen our stethoscope, that is analog, lump and dub sound of the heart, very difficult to understand because people are talking around you. So this is the stethoscope that will give you a low-cost digital stethoscope, and sitting at home you can communicate with your doctors and talk about your heart condition. And I work with disabled community. I don't want to say them disabled, I want to say them differently able people by technology. So this is the wheelchair. If you just search wheelchair, the cost is more than 2,000 US dollar. But this is a wheelchair we made by 200 US dollar only. And this is intelligent in a sense. It's not only low cost, intelligent in the sense that destination mapping and control features are there, and you can control it by your hand, by your voice, by your eye gaze. This is very, very important, diversified feature. And think about our senior citizen, especially my parents and in-laws. They're living far from me, and falling down is almost 1 hour driving from here. So falling in the washroom, falling in the kitchen is a common phenomenon. But if you want to give them a smart stick, they will not take it because they're a very independent people. So we need to, as a woman or a researcher, we need to develop technology that has to be accepted by the community. So this is such a smart head that will ensure smooth walking assistant for elderly people and prevent them from falling. In case of falling, they will send SMS or notification to the nearby hospitals and the registered relatives so that they can know and come to help him or her. And think about a mass injection, and all our nurses are not expert, and it's very difficult to find the vein. This device do the video feedback, find the vein location by image processing, then guide the nurse to move the angle of the injection device so that it has been pushed properly and no injuries happen, especially in case of child mass vaccination. Another is I showed you a wheelchair that can be controlled by hand, voice, and eye. What happens if a person does not have hand, cannot see, or unable to speak? So, but what he or she has a brain signal, electroencephalogram signal, and this is brain signal based electric wheelchair with advanced controls. So I also work with braille, that means blind people. This is a text to braille scanner with ultra low cost refreshable braille display. This is very important to ensure their education, entertainment, and accessibility from the childhood. You know, I speak Bengali. This is one of the highest ranked language over the world. And this is the only nation that has sacrificed their life for language. 1952, 21st February. And it has been celebrated as International Mother Language Day all over the world. But if we think about, I need to do something for deaf and dumb community, the sign language are almost all in English literature. But I wanted to do it for Bengali sign language, alphabet recognition. My students have developed an image data set of Bengali sign language. And we have applied this deep learning VGD 19 for alphabet recognition, so that we can help deaf and dumb community. You know, and now this COVID is going on. We can mentor our students. We can tell them at least that they don't need a PhD to do something for COVID, and they can deploy this automatic hand sanitizer. Your university, your college can encourage your students and give online training to develop it so that your university can deploy thousands of automatic hand sanitizer to the rural community where they really need it. These are other examples that how you can deploy or use technology to handle COVID. Like you can design ventilators, you can design personal protection equipment, masks, gloves, face shield, hand sanitizer, and concentrate in research in telemedicine, to give the suspected patient preliminary health service, automatic alarm kit to maintain minimum social distance, building a small scale isolation unit in the local community for home quarantine, and carrying out research like me related to COVID and creating a repository of data and public results in IEEE publication. You can launch online hackathon, collect ideas, do apps, find models for overcoming the problems we are facing during the quarantine. We can build a platform to share information in different local languages, have bulk SMS, targeted people around the rural and underserved areas, or a simple WhatsApp robot to find people, to remind people to wash their hands frequently, and different ways. So there are different ways. Please brainstorm this because the pandemic will not be over. You know, pandemic will not be over, but we cannot sit. We have to deploy our technology to handle this COVID. And since I'm from Signal Processing Society, chair of Women Signal Processing, I request you to visit Women in Signal Processing website. We'll be doing today. I will be sharing it, Ambika, today at 6 yes 6:30 p.m. Bangladesh time. That means 6 p.m. Indian time. We are doing a webinar or women in signal processing for the first time from a technical society like signal processing. And you can also join our Women in Signal Processing flagship conference, ICAS and ICIP, where we will be doing our Women in Signal Processing workshop. And also, please join the Progress Workshop. That is a workshop to ensure and to provide guidelines to the underprivileged diverse group. These are important information of women empowerment through technical society. And this is the Signal Processing Cup, and happened in parallel with ICAS, where this is a competition. My students have participated in this lockdown and they became ranked fourth in the whole world. And IEEE VIP video and image processing cup competition. And my students have participated in October, and this is they ranked fifth in the whole world. So no matter what, I encourage you participate, because they you will be able to solve emerging topics. And think about the first one, the unsupervised abnormality detection by using intelligent and heterogeneous autonomous system. Such system you can now deploy to send medicine to the rural community. And also real-time vehicle detection and tracking at junction using a fisheye camera. you know that's You can deploy this technology in the hospital and office and during monitoring of the lockdown, monitoring of the people. So it has opened up new opportunities for many research direction connected to real life. And I have led many signal processing winter school. This is $5,000 funding, 3,000 to $5,000 funding. Don't miss this opportunity. Form an SPS student branch. A student fee is very less. And I have also launched a signal processing based conference. If your university is interested, let us do jointly in your university. Bangladesh section will be supporting it. And I have also launched BasicCon. This is a engineering medicine biology based conference, and we can also jointly do it. I am also serving as Power and Energy Society Women in Power Region 10 Asia Pacific representative. Go to our IEEE Women in Power website. If you are a Power and Energy Society member, you can become a member of IEEE Women in Power by clicking Join Women in Power. And you can have e-news update and electronic newsletter every month, where you will get information about new initiatives, activities, funding. And from there, I came to know what are the factors controlling future trends in PS, energy storage, and integration of renewables, distributed generation and hybrid model of grid, data-driven technologies, and cybersecurity. My interest in the third area, data-driven technology and cybersecurity. So we have done many events promoting women engineers around the world for Power and Energy Society annual general meeting. I have talked about virtual conferences that became a new trend of networking. I have shared my experience in Region 10, and we have also had women track in Women in Power to enhance the future in a very big Power and Energy Society conference, APPEEC 2020. And look for it. Maybe this time it is in India, and be part of it. And also we have I led IEEE Power and Energy Society Women in Power Congress for the first time in the world and region 10. We had more than 28 countries and 184 participants. We wanted to know how our women are utilizing their time and talent during the lockdown to do research and to do industry activity, because power and energy is one of the one of the important priority area of our subcontinent, especially India and Bangladesh. And we also did Women in Tech Engineering Tech Summit that I led for exploring challenges, opportunities, and solutions for women in engineering during COVID-19. Also, Region 10 TENSIM 2020. It was the first Asia Pacific flagship conference that was online. I was general chair for that conference. From 11 countries, 65 speakers have contributed and shared their vision that how they can continue research and innovation in the lockdown. And I really encourage you for member engagement through webinars in COVID. And please concentrate and employ and deploy your time and talent for humanitarian technology activity. We did Power and Energy Society Day International webinars where to talk about meaningful engagement in research and what is the effect of economy for COVID-19, socio-technical innovation to tackle COVID-19. And there are speakers from USA, China, India, Australia, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh. And that is a that at the beginning, in the month of April last year, it was a great task to engage members across Region 10 to help them keep them motivated. Like International Women's Day, and your bottom picture is the last year's celebration, and then Women in Engineering Day, June. We did it virtually. Don't miss it also. And let me tell you how I can help you. And we also do We Power. This is a World Bank initiative. I led different activities under four pillars: STEM education, professional development, recruitment of women, and retention of women in the power and energy industry. I led a lot of STEM education in the schools and colleges, supported industry visit for women, introduced women We Power track in international conferences, arranged training for women to create awareness about fire hazard, and also in a big conference like Weekon Easy, We Power track was there to know about the industry needs for our women. Apart from it, we do I was a speaker in the section congress where volunteers from 10 IEEE regions come in Australia, and also presented this initiative in Indonesia in region 10 student young professional women in engineering congress attended and organized many conferences. First Women in Power conference in New Delhi, India, or Women in Engineering workshop in Region 10 conference, TENSIM in Kerala, and introduced Women in Power track in IEEE Women in Engineering Leadership Summits in Malaysia, Goa, Sri Lanka, Kerala, and India. And also we have introduced in this Women in Wisdom talk series from IEEE Women in Power in Region 10. It was started from Kerala, and we did in Australia, and we wanted to do it more for ensuring women empowerment. And recently, IEEE Women in Power Summit, we did in December 27. We wanted to listen to our students about their power and energy related projects, and our industry experts have guided them so that they can be transformed from the ideas into product, which was very, very important. And I am the founder of Robotics and Automation Society in Bangladesh, and I led this international meetup of robotics and automation enthusiasts. And in this gathering, we have launched a new project for which we have received funding from the Robotics and Automation Society, around $5,000 funding to build robots, to train our students to build disinfection robots, so that these robots can be used in their campus when they will come back, and in collaboration with the city where it can be deployed to the public places of the city. In this way, our students will remain engaged and see their technology and innovation to be deployed in their campus, in their nation. And we have to really understand the social implications of technology. So you can arrange seminars under a society. This is one of the oldest technical society, and it is always important to connect with the industries for ensuring recruitment of our students, and also receiving internship opportunities for our students, and connect them to our industry for a perfect research and perfect industry academia collaboration. And this is the Women to Women Empowerment Challenge. We have told our women to find at least one problem of women and provide technological solutions. And we connected them with our entrepreneurs, mentors, and sponsors, so that they can transform their ideas into product, and they can be a social entrepreneur. It is very important to boost social entrepreneurship for our women. And this is Regent and Humanitarian Technology Conference, Regent and Flagship Conference in 2017, for which I was the general chair. And I also had a talk in Women in Engineering Tech at HTC, Indonesia, where I talked about what are the projects our women can do to advance sustainable green technologies for humanities. And I also collaborate with IEEE Society, a Women in Engineering panel, collaborate with women from Africa, women from Australia and USS to know their best practices, and that can be implemented in our region. And also, there is a global humanitarian technology conference where I ran a Women in Engineering panel to know the good practices of American women, Canadian women, so that those practices can be implemented in this subcontinent. And this is the first Women in Engineering conference in the area of electrical and computer engineering, for which I was the founder, and we started in Dhaka. Next time, Dhaka, Bangladesh. Next time, we collaborated. Bangladesh collaborated between Bangladesh and Pune, and then Bangladesh and Uttarakhand, and then Bangladesh and Thailand, and then Bangladesh and Bangalore, and finally in 2020 during the lockdown, Bangladesh and Bhubaneswar. So we can also collaborate with Madhya Pradesh, and a couple of universities can come together, and actually Bangladesh and Madhya Pradesh can come together like Bhubaneswar to resource and to share this resource set and do this amazing activity for women empowerment, bringing women research and industry expert together. This is for the sixth year we have completed this, and we are looking forward to launch and to do it for the seventh year this time. It is a quite a journey, and a lot of ups and downs, but we made a lot of friends and created a panel and pool of reviewers, pool of students, pool of authors, pool of speakers, pool of researchers. It's a huge community. Don't miss it and try to become part of it. And IEEE Women in Engineering has Leadership Summit, 10 IEEE regions, 10 sections get this opportunity. Bangladesh got this by filing application in 2018. 55 speaker and 300 participants. We have trained our women about nuclear power energy education, so that Bangladesh government is spending a lot of money for nuclear power energy education, and we need to prepare our women to handle this. That is very important. I have received a lot of awards. 2013 IEEE Women in Engineering Professional Volunteer Award from Region 10. 2015 W Inspiring Member Award from Global WI. 2016 MGA Leadership Award among all IEEE members, male or female, in IEEE MGA. 2019 Region 10 Humanitarian Activities Outstanding Volunteer Award. This is not just a list of awards, this is a list of commitment to the community. And it just takes of recognition of my hard work. Not only that, I led my group, the Women in Engineering Professional Group in Bangladesh, became the best one in the region, Asia Pacific region, and became the best in the whole world. Not only that, the Women in Engineering Student Branch, for which I am the faculty advisor with Women in Engineering Student Branch, also became the best in the region and became best in the whole world. So these are the couple of volunteers who are taking the leadership in future. That is very, very important. Another important, if you lead a group, if you create impact in the group, your group award will come and automatically your individual award will come. It is very important to lead a group and reach them to the height. And this is, as a first female chair of IEEE Bangladesh section, I have received this MGA celebration banner for 25 years of IEEE Bangladesh section. That has increased my commitment more, and I led my section to run around more than 100 events in conferences for women, young professionals, industry, entrepreneurs, humanitarian technology, and that has made possible that our section has received 2018 IEEE MGA Outstanding Large Section Award, the best section in MGA. In MGA, there are 160 countries and more than 330 sections that time. And now it is more than 342 sections. So it was a great honor to lead my section to reach to the highest height. And it was really very rewarding to receive those student award, young professional award, women engineering award from the IEEE president, IEEE future president, and regional director, past director, and future director. That's a great motivation for working hard. Not only that, since I'm the founder of 4 technical society chapters in the section, and my motivation is that why you will do this technical society chapter activities. Engineering, medicine, biology, research. That is one of my research areas. And our EMBS society has received 2020 IEEE EMBS Regional Outstanding Chapter Awards. Thanks to all volunteers who worked hard. But only 2 chapters have received this opportunity or award in the whole world. One is in Latin America, one is in Bangladesh. Think about it. We did not increase the visibility of Bangladesh only. We have increased the visibility of subcontinent, visibility of whole Asia Pacific to the rest of the world. That's the recognition. We should involve ourselves to the technical community. This is Region 10 Tenzing 2020. This is the first Region 10 flagship conference that was virtual. Every big conferences was cancelled. That time I served as a general chair and led my group to do such a outstanding conference for timely dissemination of research for the researchers. Not only that, we have shared this virtual conference details to the Region 10 by arranging a virtual conference organizers panel so that people can come up with idea and solutions during the lockdown. And we have also, I led International COVID-19 Congress for the first time in Region 10, and for 10 Tenzing Toshio Fukuda, 2020 IEEE President was our chief guest. And also for COVID-19 Congress, Toshio Fukuda, IEEE President, also was the chief guest. We wanted to know how our women engineers, young professional, industry researchers, young professional, industry researchers, industry researchers, signal processing researchers, EMBS researchers working during the COVID-19 phase. I was thinking that how I will do research, and I really made a progress in the research because you can see it in my citation. We have crossed 2019. At the same time, we wanted to know how the whole world is doing it. And I finally request you to visit www.celiashahnaz.com. We can change the world because we are engineers. I really thank you for your invitation. And one thing I want to say, do not question your readiness. Do not hesitate and do not doubt your readiness. Always sit in the table for discussion. Find your mentors, and you can be from a small school, from a small village, from a small country. But your work, your passion, your education, your merit, your ethics cannot be small. I cannot be small. I cannot be told that I am from Bangladesh, a small country. You have to measure. People needs to recognize my work staying in Bangladesh despite many limited opportunities. It is important to create impact in the community. Please start doing now. So be confident, and no matter what, it is important. We want to be in our leadership position, especially in subcontinent. We need to work hard, unitedly help each other so that our voices can be heard. Because staying in Madhya Pradesh, I know you are doing amazing job, but the worlds need to know it. So for this, we really need to empower and help each other so that we can come up to the leadership positions, and we have to become in large numbers. So let us work together in research, in activities, and collaboration will solve all the problem. Thank you very much. Happy International Women's Day 2021. We have another celebration from 4 to 5 p.m., 5:15 to 6:15, and also at 6:30 p.m. I will send Ambika all the links. Ambika, please send the
Sure, ma'am.
links to all the participants. Take care and
Uh, Ma'am,
happy International Day.
happy International Day, ma'am. Women's Day to you too. Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a motivating and wonderful session. I hope every participant has brought the souvenir from Bangladesh in the form of this valuable knowledge, and you're motivating us. And we will definitely join. Uh, Please share the link. I will definitely send it to everyone. Ma'am, can we proceed with the
Thank
Q&A
you.
session as our audience are really curious and want to know some questions and they want answers. So,
Sure.
okay. Ma'am, starting with a question, Janvi has asked, how can VIE help undergraduate female students to start research work?
How
How
can you
can
repeat
VIE
the
women in, yes, ma'am, I'll repeat. How can women in engineering IEEE help undergraduate female student to start research work?
Yes, because you can listen to the because today's presentation I didn't show you anything that is from website. I showed every slide that have been done by me and my students, and majority of them are research, right? Research
Yes,
and
ma'am.
research related activities. All papers are in IEEE Explore. If you just write those, you will get those documents in IEEE Explore for better mentoring, better learning, for implementation. So IEEE gives you opportunity to connect with researchers like me to get new ideas so that you can go back to your mentor and tell that you want to do research, and then she will be or he will be always there to support it. And since you are connected with me as a global researcher, I can also collaborate with your supervisor because Corona has showed us that how to do everything in online, and we don't need to wait for any official arrangement. We can start it now. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, definitely. We also saw that your research is basically more empathetic towards the people who are not privileged enough. So, ma'am, moving on to the next question, there is a question that can student obtain technical training and support to choose research domain from Women in Engineering IEEE?
For for sure, your women in engineering affinity group can seek funding to global women in engineering to arrange the workshop. The workshop can be on Python, workshop can be on the Simulink, workshop can be on the MATLAB, because these are the tools you really do in your undergrad studies. If you want to know to training from an expert who may not be available in your community, but by IEEE you can connect with those experts. Not only that, IEEE is there to support your initiatives, and they provide usually 400 US dollar. And in this lockdown, you don't need 400 US dollar because you need only a connection, a Zoom connection or a SteamYard connection. This $400 you can use to recognize your students, give certificate to them, give recognition to them, give award to the quiz winner after the workshop. So it's not only a training. By you can connect with the trainers who are global expert. You can apply for funding. You can give recognition to your mentees. So there are a lot of things of learning that IEEE WI can support you. Thank you.
Ma'am, there is next question. What are the prerequisites to begin research work?
There is no prerequisite, only your motivation, only your inquisitiveness. You don't need to wait up to your PhD or master's to do research. Just look around you, find one problem, talk with your professor, and provide technological solutions, and write it in the paper. That's it, very simple. You just need to find, you don't need to find a very big equations. You just need to find a problem around and solve it technologically. That is called research. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Uh, One more question, that is IEEE conferences. What are the requirements and topics to publish in Women in Engineering track?
There is no requirement. We are not a special group. We just want to come together to inspire each other, because majority of the cases, if there is a group work, the female students sitting silently. So we want to bring all women together so that we can learn from each other, so that we can lead the group, because we have to work with our male counterpart. I work when I was an undergrad student, my group was consist of 7 people. I was the only female student. So Women in Engineering group is not just to give you a special facility, it's just to encourage you from learning from each other. And topics are not different from the male. The same topics like machine learning, power electronics, power and energy system, ICT in education, ICT in healthcare, same topic. So you just need to be equally competitive like our male friends, our male students. That's it. But we want to bring all women in engineering people and women researchers together so that we can see, okay, if she can do it, I can also do it. That is important. But when you are in a group, 7 people, and I am the only woman, it's very difficult to empower yourself, to encourage yourself. So that's why we need to learn from each other. That's why this Women in Engineering track in different international conferences is very important. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I think we are good with the questions, and ma'am, we are really honored to have you here. And thank you so much, ma'am, for giving the questions time.
You are most welcome, Ambika.
I request all the participants to please fill the feedback form and provide us the valuable suggestion and the takeaway point that you got from ma'am. And thank you so much for joining us. Thank you,
It's a
ma'am.
great honor. It's a great honor.
Okay.
And do visit Bangladesh.
Yes,
We
ma'am, I will
have to find
definitely.
opportunities. You know, you
Yes,
love the people, you will love the color. This country is very colorful. People are very simple and hardworking. And you will love it when you will come and you will find the same culture, same thing, everything same, you know.
yes,
So
ma'am, definitely.
only the border is different, nothing else.
Ma'am, borders doesn't matter now. Ma'am, definitely we will be looking forward for your guidance in the future, as well as the
Sure.
collaborative projects between India and Bangladesh.
Yes, I will request your faculty members to connect with me to do something bigger so that we can really benefit each other. Take
Yes,
care
Definitely,
ma'am,
ma'am.
we are going to
and
connect
happy
with you
International
because we
Women's
are going
Day.
to start women chapter also in IEEE under the bannership of IEEE. And we have a good platform of deep learning in our institute. Many faculties are working on the deep learning and neural network. So definitely we would like to connect with you afterwards also. So thank you very much for your session. It was a wonderful session and eye-opening for our students to get the research ideas from you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shilpa.
Thank you very much, ma'am. It was an
Thank
honor
you
to
so
listen to
much.
you and for your
Yeah.
wonderful guidance to our students.
Yes. When I speak friends, that's the only nation that can understand each other very well, you know. That is very important because I visit many different countries in Asia Pacific, United States, Canada, Australia. But this is the only nation, this is the only example in the world. The two nations, their national anthem written by one person, Tagore.
Right.
Definitely.
That's true, ma'am.
Madam, I would like, can you share your LinkedIn profile with us?
Yeah,
Yeah, I will send it to Ambika. No problem.
Okay,
Ambika, please
okay,
share
madam.
it
We
to
will do.
Shraddha and Shilpa. And send me
yes,
the WhatsApp number of Shraddha and Shilpa so that we can connect with each other. Okay?
definitely, ma'am,
Thank you,
definitely.
So take
thank you.
care.
Just
Thank you,
Can I
ma'am.
leave?
bye.
Bye.
Yes,
Because
you
I
too,
have
ma'am. Take care of
just
yourself.
9 minutes to join another